How's everybody doing? Brother Phil here. Wanted to share some work with you guys. I've been thinking lately about the rapture of the church when Jesus Christ will come back and get his people. And I've been hearing the question, are kids going? Are all believing kids are the only ones going? And then I hear that no unbelievers' kids will go in the rapture. Doesn't make any sense, first of all. Um, I kind of understand what they're saying, and I'll explain that if I can, if you give me some time. But I believe every kid under the age of accountability, regardless if you have a saved or unsaved parent, will go in the rapture of the church. The rapture of the church is when Jesus Christ will come down in the clouds to grab his church out before judgment comes. This has been promised for thousands of years. And some people believe it's close. Some people believe it's really close. Um, with that being said, it's been hurting my heart to see children on the wall at Walmart missing. It's been hurting my heart to figure the foster care system is being used to capture children for sex trafficking. It's sad that kids are missing, older kids, younger kids are missing. It hurts my heart to see that. And I cry to the Lord. I want to cry to the Lord in this stuff, in this stuff, in this unfair treatment to our children, in the unfair treatment and abortion, in the unfair treatment of this danger called sex trafficking. So I want to talk about the rapture. The raptures, I feel like it's coming pretty soon. I got the sun in my face. I'm going to actually move the vehicle. I hate when it's bubbles. Call it bubble sun. Bubble sun. But I I I believe that the rapture of the church will take out most kids under the age of accountability. I'm hoping I'm moving this in the right spot. What is the age of accountability? Well, I'm praying to God it's higher when you have, now listen to me now, this may not make any sense, but when you have kids that are 14 and 15 who have been broken and who have been victimized at a certain age, I'm praying to God that maybe somehow they become so broken, not full of hate, hopefully, but so broken that they become that age of accountability. That's what I'm praying. I'm praying also that somehow or another an earthquake or something happens where the grown-ups are set free. I know the stuff that I'm saying is ridiculous, but just hear me out here for a second. You got these kids that are being abducted by strangers. You've seen some of the pictures of these people look ridiculous. They look like a bunch of clowns. And I'm not saying those are the only people who are doing it, but you got these famous people, politicians and actors and singers and whoever, are taking these kids and they're killing them and they're beating them up. You ever seen the little owl eyes where they punch them in the? I don't know what they're doing to these poor kids. And the devil is doing some crazy stuff, and God is going to come back and judge this he's going to come back and he's going to judge this land. And it's not just he's judging everyone. I mean, just because I'm talking about child trafficking, don't mean he's not going to judge the land for our sins. Um, Pride is the reason why God judged Sodom and Gomorrah. So people say, well, you know, I haven't done this. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. But pride is what he's judging us for. Pride is saying, I know God has the Ten Commandments. I was raised in church. I know God said this. I know he said you shouldn't shack up with your girlfriend or boyfriend. I know he said, you shouldn't gossip and lie. And I know he said you shouldn't steal and you shouldn't kill. But I don't do those things. I can hear people say, I don't do those things. Well, you probably have pride. So everybody should have pride in yourself. Because if you don't, you'll go around with toothpaste all over your mouth and nappy hair. That's not the case. Pride is invisible sometimes. Pride is just saying I don't accept Jesus Christ and his rules. Or I go to church, but I don't accept the way it's written. This is what I think. This is what I think. So God is going to come down on this whole land. But in the near future, listen to me, in the very near future, all these children will be rescued in one swoop. And these people will know judgment is coming to them. The famous people one day will say, rocks fall on us and hide us from the one who comes. I always wonder what that would look like. You know how the moon looks like? Or project the moon about 10 times bigger, and that's Jesus coming down on the throne, looking smooth. Or riding on his horse with these millions of people behind him. Oh, man. Glory to God. Hopefully I lost weight by then. Well, I would, because of the twinkle of an eye at the new body. Glory to God. I feel inebriated by just saying that these kids will be rescued. The great escape. How dare you talk about a rapture when this is an escape mechanism. You darn skippy. People, okay, no, I'm not gonna say that. People stupid. No, man. I mean, just like stupid stuff. Like, I'm in a burning house. Why won't you get out the burning house? Because I want to go through judgment. I want to fry like a piece of chicken. I'm just like, I saw an article about end time prophecy. It was actually from I can't even pronounce it. Charisma magazine. I don't even know about it. I was just reading from End Time Prophecy, who got it from Charisma, and they talk about hell is a. It says, should we use hell as a scare tactic? What did I ever do to deserve to be here at this time? I love it. I love being alive now. It's either 2 times I would like to be alive: when Jesus Christ was here, or now. I don't want to be alive in the middle. I don't. It's boring. I mean, I'm not saying it's boring. I just don't want to be alive in the middle. I like being alive now. This is awesome to see anything play out. The things I've been studying for years, or even if it was I was just studying for months, I would not trade this time that I'm alive for no apparent reason. God gave me a dream. He said you'll be alive at the end, and here I be. Here I am. And I'm looking at this little boy right here. He's so precious, and just thinking how these people are they're on Facebook and on YouTube talking about they drinking blood and they like to drink blood and um aristocronyism or whatever the heck that name is for killing kids and abusing them, and I guess they think they get power from it. I have a theory, folks. I have a theory. Hear me out here. Here's the theory. This ain't no. This is just my theory. Okay, I got cable, and on the cable you can see like when the screensaver comes on, nobody's watching TV. When the screensaver pops on, there is a little message thing. They show a picture from Hawaii and then be the beautiful mountains. So then you have like a thing where they tell you the news, like there's a court case in Washington D.C. The Supreme Court will see, or local weather or whatever. Well, anyway, this little thing goes by, keep going, and then it tells about people dying. So every I kid you not, since this coronavirus bullcrap started, forgive me, guys. Since this pandemic started, famous people have been dying left and right. 1, 2, 3. I say 4 people died today. 4 people died every day. Famous people. Every day is somebody dying, right? And I think per average, because I've been looking at the numbers in this thing, per average, it shouldn't be that way. Because last year, it would be like 1 person, 3 people, because we were saying they die in 3s. Now they die in 20s. So here's my thing. Okay, sacrifice. Human sacrifice. Somebody's making sacrifice. Now, no famous person has died as of yet. I'm looking for a famous person to die in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks. You say, why? Why are you? Because they do it that way. Kobe Bryant was the first one to die. About 2 days later, President Trump came out with his Middle East peace plan, and then people started, the coronavirus took over. So they made their sacrifice. Kobe Bryant was the sacrifice. Okay, so now they're making little tiny well, I ain't say little. Every life matters. So now they're making sacrifices every day, every single day. There are famous people dying, and they're skaters. They are reporters, journalists, actors. Like this one girl from Glee, drowning. Why would she get off the boat and swim? And she probably know that place pretty good. So why would she get off and jump off and swim like that? Just things like that. I'm just asking the question. So, the stuff I'm saying ain't gonna make no sense, but 5G could alter your behavior. 5G is altering people's behaviors, but let's go back to the people who are dying prior to that. Okay, so she jumps off the boat. She dies. Priscilla Presley's grandson kills himself. He dies. Or son or grandson kills himself. Okay, we have already been having suicide and stuff like that. I mean, they already made it okay to commit suicide. They made it an alternative to living. Part of their liberal theology or something. They made death okay. Okay. But when you look at the whole scope of everything, it looks like human sacrifice is being made as now if you take the famous people who have died, I'm swear about 50 people died since the beginning of the year. And normally about 14 people would have, well, actually more because it's the middle of the year. So I say about 100 something people, probably over 100 people died this year, where it should be only 30 people by now. Well, it's half of the time. So yeah, about 35, 50, between 35 and 50. But now it's like 100 something people have died. And it makes you think, well, they turned on this 5G, so people are dying. Well, health-wise, older people are dying because they first started off at 65 to 80-year-old people were dying. More famous people are dying. So that tells me, per average of famous people, I mean, the normal people are really dying. because there's only so many famous people. So if all these famous people are dying, that means normal people are dying too. And to me, the New World Order will sacrifice millions upon millions. Go to the Georgia capstones. They want to sustain 500 million people on the earth. Do y'all realize that everybody in right now in the world can move to Texas and we still have land left over? We didn't realize that, did we? So there are plenty of land, plenty of things. God has put plenty of things. It's just how man manage it. If man is not going to manage the stuff correctly, then we're not going to have enough stuff for 7 billion, 8 billion, 9 billion, 10 billion. So this sustainable development or whatever, 30 or whatever, it's designed to kill people. It's designed to make it look like they're helping people, but they're killing people all at the same time. It's like giving them some food with rat poison in it, or give them food with hair in it. If you get enough hair in your stomach, it can kill you. Well, just a little bit of pockets of hair over time will kill you. Okay, a little poop in the cake makes poop in the cake. So getting back to child pornography, child trafficking, and they're probably picking the thing up. Hopefully, they don't get rid of this video for any reason. And we have been having problems with censorship lately, but the rituals, going on right now at a massive scale because they're bringing in their age of Aquarius. They're bringing in their age of prosperity and peace and unity towards all men, but it's only for their benefit. But they don't know they're being pawns for Satan. Satan's working his magic. Satan wants to kill, steal, and destroy. So the rapture of the church will take out millions of children. And people keep saying, I keep hearing people, and it's unfair to even say this. I keep hearing people, and my heart goes out to it because I just found out my neighbor is having a kid. My heart goes out to them. And she's pregnant. She'll be due next March. And I believe that throughout the church, pregnant women would no longer be pregnant. And I'm praying that it doesn't cause any physical pain. But my heart goes out to these ladies that but I hope they get saved from that instead of hating God. But time is of the essence, folks. I was looking in the Middle East, and Israel apparently has started a program a long time ago, covert missions, cyber attacks, probably some type of a secret, SEAL type of organization that's in Israel. I don't know who they have in Israel, but putting these bombs on these ships and blowing them up. I mean, just all kinds of stuff happening in the Middle East. Turkey, and Egypt are going to probably fight, with Libya in the middle. I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff going on, folks, and we're at wind down. I keep saying, and I'm kind of digressing for a second. I keep seeing people who ignore the possibility of a Feast of Trumpets rapture. Just flat out ignore it. That's how you know it's for real. We live in an apostasy, so when they ignore something like that, I'm pretty sure that's what is going to happen. I'm not trying to predict the day and hour, even though people think that's a sin. That's not a sin. Tell me where it says, "Thou shalt not try to pick the day and hour." It makes you look like a fool. It does make you look like a fool. But if Jesus told his disciples, 72 disciples plus the 12, he says, if you don't eat of my flesh and drink of my blood, you're not worthy of me. And then what did they do? They walked away. So if you think about Bible prophecy, if you think about following God just completely, and he says, those who endure to the end will be saved. Well, he's just talking about the tribulation people. No, he's not. He said completely. And I said I'd rather be in this time or Jesus' time. Well, the people in the middle, they didn't see a tribulation. They didn't see Jesus. They wasn't there. People in the middle. What I mean by people in the middle is 60, 40 AD and onward. With the church age. Most of the church age did not see anything interesting. I mean, they saw medieval times. They say, people saw World War One, World War Two. They saw the formulation in the United States. They saw history kind of transpire. The downfall of the Roman Empire. They saw stuff like that. Medieval times. I sure hate to be here doing medieval times trying to be a Christian, but they saw all of that stuff, and I wouldn't want to be in that period. But it's a blessing to be here now. It's a blessing. How and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off. How dare people that belong to churches not understand the times that we're living in? And I'm gonna keep doing videos on YouTube because I think Facebook is acting kind of funny. I know YouTube is acting funny, but not as funny as Facebook. I'm gonna keep doing Facebook too. I'm gonna put some of my videos from Facebook onto YouTube because I've been doing so many of them. I mean, it's ridiculous how many videos. I have like 100. I have like 50 videos I could put on YouTube, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that starting today. But I'm also gonna keep doing a lot of videos. And the premise today is to watch, pray, be ready. I was watching Perry Stone, and I was like impressed by Perry Stone. He did that just recently too. He was saying how there's reasons why people will be left behind. And one of the reasons, I was saying this before I watched that, I didn't know Perry Stone had it like that. I was like, man, right on, brother. If you're not watching, how can you be prepared? That's what I was asking before on some of my Facebook videos. How can you be prepared? How can you prepare? Or if you don't believe in the rapture, you're not going. People think, well, we're just gonna snatch. Well, a couple of years ago, I heard Perry say they're gonna just snatch you out of here even by your wig, by your hair. If you don't want to go in the rapture, well, I don't think so. I've been studying this thing for a while. I don't think. Well, I've been studying for about 6 years. Well, about 6 months. This particular, you're not going if you don't want to go, or if you say you're post-tribber, you're gonna get post-tribber. If you're mid-tribber, you're gonna get mid-trib. Well, not you. You're still gonna get post-trib. But if you deny the rapture, he'll deny you. Okay, that's why he said in John 14:1, he says, believe in my Father, believe in me also. Why did he say that? Now, I want you to think about this for a minute. Why did he say, believe in my Father, believe in God, believe in me also? Why? Because he's asking you to believe what I'm going to say. What I'm going to say. In my Father's house, there are many mansions. If it was not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go to prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. There I am, you will be also. And then in Thessalonians, said, comfort one another with these things. So he's telling you that I'm coming back. When is he coming back? Well, First Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 10, I believe it says, he has not appointed us to wrath. What it said in Revelations chapter 3, verse 10, it says, I will keep you out of the time of testing that is coming upon the whole world. So he's telling you that I will keep you out of, but you have to believe it. What did he say in Hebrews chapter 11 when he's talking to Noah, talking about Enoch? Enoch believed God and he was not. Noah believed God. Elijah believed God. Those men were taken, okay? Those men were taken. I'm pretty sure Philip was in Hebrews, the Hall of Faith. He would have said by faith he was translated. I don't know if he's in there or not. I really don't know. But these men have to believe. You can't get on. They can't force, just like they can't force you to take a mark unless you want to, because the Antichrist won total submission. So he's not going to force you to do anything. He's going to beat you up and kick your tail and cut your head off, but he's not going to force you to. He's not going to like hold you down and make you do it. You have to renounce Jesus Christ. Now, just like that happens, it's the opposite. You have to want to go in the rapture. He's not going to force you, pushing you on the ark. He's not going to do that. So, make a long story short, you know, I'm gonna do a video in a little bit about the 10 versions. 5 had oil, 5 didn't. I'm also gonna do. I got a bug in here because I had to close my window. Do y'all see that bug? I had to close my middle window because these guys are working on this 5G tower over here, and they got the music up, and it's just like, and it's that silly rap music. You know, I'm like, dude, man, what? Is that music? It just sounds good. Stop music. But you know, Jesus is coming back. Pack your bags. Get yourself together. Get yourself together, man. Get ourselves together. Repent. Go to the Lord. Seek the Lord. Seek a relationship. I don't care if it's 2 months left or 12 months left. Because I believe the Feast of Trumpets of this year, and I'll give you an assignment. Go look up the dates. I'll give you a hint. Did I kill it? Did I get it? There's a show called Rapture Sunday Rapture Sunday morning Rapture, and I remember telling my son that the rapture ain't gonna happen on no Sunday morning. But it's funny because God says in Peter, it says, "Judgment will begin in the house of the Lord." Judgment will begin in the house of the Lord. So it says if it begins at us, how much more should the people of the world be worried? So I never thought that, you know, you go to church one day and you're sitting there and all of it, or you're on your way to church and you're sitting there, because there's various reasons that you're going to church, various reasons why you go in the building, various reasons you're sitting there, and various reasons you leave. So this year, I give you assignment: find out when the Feast of Trumpets is, the last day of the Feast of Trumpets for us at least. For the Jewish people, they'd be at the synagogue because it'd be Saturday. For us, we'd be at church because it's a Sunday. And I'm not gonna mention no times. I'm just saying I don't know. No man knows stand out because you don't see. You have to see the slither of the moon. But just give you a little thing to think about. The last trumpet will end up being around 6:30 in Israel, 6:30 p.m., which I think Russia would love to attack them by then. They would love to be hovering over the skies when it's nighttime, because then the military would have a little bit more trouble seeing. So the twinkle of an eye is from one day to the next. So Israel's days end at 6:30 every day, 6:30 p.m., or our days end at 12 a.m. And the Bible says that we should all be changed in a moment, in the twinkle of an eye, at the last trumpet. So y'all hear that playing? So at the last trumpet, it will be a series of 100 trumpet blasts over a 2-day period. So God is actually telling you exactly when He's coming. He really is. I mean, this video, I hope this video don't do nothing. Please don't do nothing, because I don't have the time for it. Like brother finding 88, Watchman finding 88, Chad. He's like, it's too. I don't have the. Or brother Dana Coverstone. I don't have the. I don't want to deal with that. So I'm not trying to get this video to go nowhere. But I am telling you guys who's watching this video that we're gonna get to heaven. We're gonna find out you could have known the exact period if you just stopped and think about it, or you would have just prayed and seek the Lord. He would have told you not necessarily the exact year, but He could tell you the exact time, and He's coming back within a Feast of Trumpets celebration or observance. The Feast of Trumpets, do your study. The Feast of Trumpets has about 20-something names to it. One of the names is the doors. the doors. God makes a reference to the doors be open. I set upon you an open door, no man can shut. Talking to the church of Philadelphia, he says I am the door. He talks about the false shepherds going opening up that door, trying to get in, trying to get you to come through that door. He talks about the narrow gate in Matthew 7. It's known as the coronation of the king. We know that Jesus is going to be crowned King of King, Lord, and King of Kings, and the coronation. He's known as the day of the bride of the groom. It's known as the judgment of the world. It's known as the judgment of the people of God. It's known as a lot of things. Feast of Trumpets is known for a lot of things, but it's also known as the day of the trumpet blowing. And it has a series of 100 trumpet blasts, 99 trumpet blasts, and then the last trumpet blast is a long trumpet blast. And that's why I entitled this, the rapture will stop child trafficking, at least for now it will. And imagine what these people are going to be doing. They're going to be they really fixated on being addicted to the child's blood and beating the child and killing the child and having sex with the child. There was a picture of George Clooney and Obama on a ship, and the little kid raises his head up. Looked like he was performing sex act on one of those two guys, and one of them was buckling. I think George Clooney was buckling up his pants. And God is going to smack these people. I didn't know it was this bad. It's bad. But God is going to rescue these kids. And they're going to be so furious at the people of God. You say, well, people of God, ain't the people of God raptured? No. Well, yes and no. 5 virgins got raptured, 5 virgins got left behind. So is it going to be half and half? So you got 1 billion Christians, 500 million are taken? I don't know. We don't know that. But if you work with me, I'll say probably so. Could be that way. Could be. Let's work with that number. 500 million people raptured, gone. So 500 million have to be here. So I saw something. Somebody brought to my attention that the first 7 seals. Well, the first seal has to be opened by Jesus. Okay, so when somebody tell you when the 7th trumpet, don't listen to them. Jesus has to open up the first seal. And in order to get the trumpets open, you have to open up the 7th seal. You can't open up the trumpets unless So, at the end of this video, I'm going to say that God is going to rescue his people. He's probably going to destroy the sex trafficking for now. Hopefully some of those ladies can get out of there. Some of those, whoever's in prison can get out of there. Hopefully they're not on the island. They got to swim or survive or something. Hopefully an earthquake comes and knocks that stuff out, and then these people can get out. Or maybe even the government would use this opportunity to get in there and snatch some of these people out. I'm praying that the regular grown-ups will be rescued. I'm praying that older teenagers will be still raptured because of the problems that they were going through. Sometimes you become childlike and you're a victim. So I'm praying to God a 14, 15-year-old that's in child sex trafficking will still vanish. I'm looking at a little bitty, beautiful little girl walking running around. And my heart just go out to these people, these kids. I say, Lord Jesus, come quickly. Please rescue these people out of here. Rescue these kids. Okay. So God bless everybody out there, and y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all next time.